Hey there.
Theron? Lana? You're the ones behind all of this?
Guilty as charged. Sorry if we put you out, but we had to be cautious.
The Revanites have gone to increasingly severe lengths to hunt us down since we destroyed their operations on Rakata Prime.
We had to get you here to help us without leaving a trail. Sorry we couldn't be more direct.
After all of this time, I was starting to think you didn't care.
Is that a fact? What are you thinking now?
Shall we focus, please?
Hey, slicing the Nova Blade files is slow going, but I've already found more references to this Torch person that Margok and Revan were talking about. She definitely heads up a group of Mandalorians based here on Rishi. They were allied with the Revanites, but then broke ties. And not on good terms. If we can find Torch and get her talking, she might give us some good intel. Maybe even help us take the Revanites on.
I've fought my share of Mandalorians. It would be nice to have some on our side for a change.
Agreed. It looks like Torch and her crew control their own island not far from here. Think you could head over and see what she has to say?
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Stay safe out there, all right?
We can't afford to be so reckless, Jakaro. Losing Theron is bad enough. What if we lost you too?
Now, everyone, stay calm. Queen Lena of Onderon once faced a similar predicament, and her solution was quite creative.
Shut up, droid!
What's going on? Where's Theron?
He was captured. The Nova Blade's data listed a Revanite safe house here in town, and when we tried to investigate... Theron is the only one the Revanites saw. They may not know about the rest of us. If so, we need to maintain that advantage.
Between the two of you, there was no hope of rescuing him? I don't buy that for a second.
That's not the point. Whether we saved him or not, the attempt would have revealed us to the enemy, and then we'd be running now instead of completing our mission.
I really think you're all much too worried. They took him alive. That's a good sign. They're probably just torturing him a bit. Maybe doing some interrogation, where he could tell them about us. Oh no.
That won't be an issue. Theron has several discrete implants to help him ignore pain and chemical manipulation.
A powerful Force user may still be able to learn what he knows.
I've never been able to... Yes, I've tried. I'm sure it's no surprise. Theron's mind is highly ordered, very resolute, probably due to his childhood training by the Jedi. He'll keep our secrets, and we will rescue him. But right now, we need to focus and think it all through, just like he would.
I trusted Theron. I don't trust you.
Trust that I want to defeat the Revanites just as badly as you do.
Another pointless attack.
Where's Theron?
He and I have had some interesting conversations. My own flesh and blood, completely blind to the sacrifices I've made. I've struggled for centuries to preserve the galaxy, to protect future generations from the most destructive evil that's ever existed. How can none of you see this?
I will tear this place to the ground if I have to. Where is Theron?
Not far, it seems.
You're here. Come on, we have to go. Now.
Theron?
Escaped all on your own. I hoped I would have more time to make you see.
He's got a signal jammer that's blocking all Starship communications in the Rishi system. The fleets will come out of hyperspace practically on top of each other. No coordination, saboteurs in every crew. It'll be a massacre.
And at last, the board will be cleared of distractions.
Self-destruct sequence. Come on, we've got to go.
Look out!
You've got to move fast. The fleets are going to be dropping out of hyperspace any second now. The longer we take, the more we'll lose.
You don't sound good, Theron. Shouldn't you be in a Kolto tank instead of planning missions?
Probably, but there's no time. I need to finish slicing the last of these Nova Blade files. They have data on every ship with Revanite infiltrators aboard. As soon as the jamming clears, we'll have to broadcast everything we've got to convince the fleets to cease fire and lock up the Revanites and their crews. One last thing since Lana stepped out. Watch your back. I'm starting to think my little visit to the Revanites might have been her idea.
You think she's working for the Revanites?
No, but I don't think she's putting all her cards on the table either. Just Stay alert, all right?
I won't let my guard down.
Good. Enough conspiracy talk. Get out there and take that jammer down.
Theron,
We can talk on the way to Yavin. I have some business to finish here.
thank you for your help. All of you. This can't have been easy.
the conspiracy is finally exposed. We've been hiding our actions from our allies for so long, it's a relief to have everything in the open.
So we can talk about how you threw me to the wolves now?
I made a calculated strategic decision, and it worked, as we can all see now.
And if you had talked to me about it, I would have volunteered, but you didn't even give me a choice.
We couldn't risk the Revanites knowing that your capture was a ploy. You had to be in the dark for the plan to work.
Theron had a right to know the danger he was going into, Lana. You should never have hidden the truth from him. Or the rest of us.
The ends have clearly justified the means. Personal feelings are irrelevant next to that. I think it's time we moved on. Yavin is a long way from here.
Agreed. Let's get moving.
It's been too long since we really talked, Theron. Can you stay for a while?
Of course.
Have a safe trip to Yavin.
Guess you'll think twice next time a spy asks you out for a quick chat. Wouldn't want to go through all this again.
We have been through a lot, haven't we?
To put it mildly. I may have mentioned this before, but I've never been much of a team player. Things usually go better for me when I'm on my own. Relying on someone else has been interesting. Beginning to think I should have started a long time ago.
You relied on Lana, and look what that got you.
That's not a bad point, but I was really thinking about you more than her. Anyway, thanks. Working with you has made all this madness worthwhile.
The feeling is mutual.
Glad we're on the same page. Come on, let's go see what Yavin has in store for us. It's more like therapy in there than an interrogation. I think we're close to a breakthrough, though. We cut it pretty close on this one. Doesn't take a Jedi to see how angry Mar was. How are you holding up? Everything's been happening so fast.
You had mentioned that you weren't particularly close to your mother. Has working together been good or bad?
Honestly, I'm not sure. There hasn't been a lot of time to think about it, but we work well together. Well, quite a ride, huh? Revan's down, the conspiracy's over. I even got my job back. Wonders never cease.
With the Emperor back, I have a feeling things are going to get even more interesting.
I'd bet on it. It's funny, you're this famous Jedi, but since we started working together, you've been a spy, a saboteur, a fake pirate. How'd you pull it all off so well?
With help as good as you, everything is easy.
I could say the same about you. Before we get going, there's just one last thing I had in mind, if you think you can keep up.
Is that what you had in mind?
It's a start. Just like I thought. Good at everything. Come on, let's go see what's next for the best in the Republic.